हेलो गाइस, मैं हूं तन्मय भट्ट और आपका स्वागत है मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल तन्मय भट्ट में। दोस्तों, हमने सी लैंग्वेज के पार्ट 13 में देखा था स्कूप रूल्स के बारे में। तो दोस्तों, हम इस वीडियो में हम बात करने वाले एरेज, यानी कि एरे सी लैंग्वेज में कहाँ पे यूज होता है उसका, हम उसके बारे में हम देखने हैं। Arrays a kind of data structure that can store a fixed size sequential collection of elements of the same type. An array is used to store a collection of data, but it is often more useful to think of an array as a collection of variables of the same type. Instead of declaring individual variables such as number 1 and numbers 99, you declare one array variable such as numbers and use numbers 0, number 1 and numbers 99 to represent individual variables. A specific element in an array is accessed by an index. All arrays consist of contiguous memory location. The lowest address corresponds to the first element and the highest address to the last element. अब दोस्तों हम बात करते हैं डिक्लेयरिंग एरेज के बारे में। To declare an array in C, a program specifies the type of the elements and the number of elements required by an array of follows: type, array name, bracket, and array size or semicolon. This is called a single dimension array. The array size must be an integer constant greater than 0 and type can be and valid C data type. For example, to declare a 10 elements array called balance of type double, use this statement: double balance or bracket में 10. Here balance is a variable array which is sufficient to hold up to 10 double numbers. अब दोस्तों हम बात करते हैं इनिशियलाइजिंग एरेज के बारे में। You can initialize an array in C either one by one or using a single statement as follows: double balance bracket 5 equal curly bracket 1000.0, 2.0, 3.4, 7.0 and 50.0. The number of values between braces curly bracket cannot be larger than the number of elements that we declare for the array between square bracket. If you omit the size of the array, an array just big enough to hold the initialization is created. Therefore, if you write double balance square bracket equal curly brackets 1000.0, 2.0, 3.4, 7.0 and 50.0, you will create exactly the same array as you did in the previous example. Following is an example to assign a single element of the array balance square bracket 4 equal to 50.0. The above statement assigns the fifth element in the array with a value of 15.0. All array have 0 as the index of their first element, which is also called the base index, and the last index of an array will be total size of the array minus 1, shown below it with the pictorial representation of the array we discussed above. अब दोस्तों हम बात करते हैं एक्सेसिंग एरे एलिमेंट्स के बारे में। An element is accessed by indexing the array name. This is done by placing the index of the element within square brackets after the name of the array. For example, double salary equal balance or square bracket में 9. The above statement will take the 10th element from the array and assign the value to salary variable. The following example shows how to use all the three above mentioned concept Declaration, assignment and accessing arrays. When the above code is complete and executed, it produces the following result. तो दोस्तों हम इस टॉपिक में हमने बात की कि हमें एक एरे लेना है, यानी कि इंटीजर एन स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट में 10 लेना है। उसके नीचे हमें फिर से दो वेरिएबल लेने हैं, उसके इंटीजर आई और जे। फिर हमें उसके अंदर फॉर लूप चलानी है। फॉर लूप में हम क्या लिखेंगे, आई इक्वल्स 0, आई लेस देन 10 और आई प्लस प्लस। फिर हमें नीचे लिखना है एन स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट आई इक्वल आई प्लस 100। फिर दूसरी लूप हमें चलानी है फॉर लूप। फॉर लूप में हमें क्या लिखना है, जे इक्वल 0, जे लेस देन 10 और जे प्लस प्लस। हमें फिर उसके नीचे हमें करली ब्रैकेट में लिखना है प्रिंट एफ एलिमेंट्स %d इक्वल %d स्लैश एन जे और एन स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट जे, और फिर हमें नीचे लिखना है रिटर्न 0। तो हमारा एलिमेंट आएगा एलिमेंट 0 100, एलिमेंट 1 101, यानी कि 2 102 3 103। वो तब तक चलेगा जब तक हमने कंडीशन ली है। यहाँ पर हमने कंडीशन ली है 10 तक, यानी कि हमें 0 गिनना होगा, इसलिए 9 तक हमारा वैल्यू प्रिंट होके आएगी। अब मैं दोस्तों आपको बताऊंगा एरेज इन डिटेल्स के बारे में। Arrays are important to see and should need a lot more attention. The following important concept related to arrays should be clear to a C programmer. Multidimensional array C supports. Multidimensional array is the simplest form. The multidimensional array is the two-dimensional array. Passing array to function. You can pass to the function a pointer to an array by specifying the array's name without an index. Return array from a function C allows a function to return an array. Pointer to an array. You can generate a pointer to the first element of an array by simply specifying the array name without any index. अब दोस्तों हम बात करते हैं मल्टी डायमेंशनल एरे के बारे में। C programming language allows multidimensional arrays. Here is the general form of multidimensional array declaration. Type name, फिर स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट में लिखना है साइज 1, फिर दूसरे स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट में साइज 2, और तीसरे ब्रैकेट जब तक हमें चलाना है, यानी कि हमें जब तक एरे कंडीशन में एरे चाहिए तब तक साइज n तक हमें जाना होगा। For example, the following declaration creates a 3-dimensional integer array. Integer 3 dimension 5, 10 और 4। अब दोस्तों मैं आपको बताऊंगा 2-dimensional array के बारे में। The simplest form of 2 multi-dimensional array is the 2-dimensional array. और 2-dimensional array is in essence a list of 1-dimensional arrays. To declare a 2-dimensional integer array of size xy, you would write something as follows: type array name or x or y, where type can be any valid C data type and array name will be a valid C identifier. A 2-dimensional array can be considered as a table which will have x number of rows and y number of columns. A 2-dimensional array which contains 3 rows and 4 columns can be shown as follows. Thus, every element in the array is identified by an element name of the form square bracket में I or J, where is the name of the array and I and J are the subscript that uniquely identify each element in A. तो दोस्तों अब मैं बात करता हूँ इनिशियलाइजिंग 2-dimensional array के बारे में। Multi-dimensional arrays may be initialized by specific bracket values for each row. Following is an array with 3 rows and each row has 4 columns. यानी कि दोस्तों इस इनिशियलाइजिंग 2-dimensional array के अंदर 3 रोज आएगी और 4 कॉलम्स आएगी. The nested braces which indicate the intended row are optional. The following initialize is equivalent to previous example. अब दोस्तों मैं आपको बताऊंगा accessing two dimensional array elements के बारे में. An element in a 2-dimensional array is accessed by using the subscripts i.e. row index and column index of the array. For example, integer variable equal a or 2 or 3. The above statement will take the fourth element from the third row of the array. You can verify it in the above figure. Let us check the following program where we have used a nested loop to handle a 2-dimensional array. अब दोस्तों मैं आपको बताऊंगा passing arrays to functions. If you want to pass a single dimensional array as an argument in a function, you would have to declare a formal parameter in one of following 3 ways. And all 3 declaration methods produce similar result because each tells the compiler that an integer pointer is going to be received. Similarly, you can pass multidimensional arrays as formal parameters. यानी कि वे 1 में आएगा void my function और ब्रैकेट में int स्टार परम. फिर वे 2 में आएगा void my function integer परम और हमें एक array लेना है 10 का लिया हमने. वे 3 में आएगा void my function integer परम स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट और कर्ली ब्रैकेट में हमें जो भी स्टेटमेंट लिखना है वो सब कुछ. Now consider the following function which takes an array as an argument along with another argument, and based on the passed arguments, it returns the average of the numbers passed through the arrays as follows. In C arrays are always passed by reference regardless of whether you pass them as pointers or specify the size in the function parameter. This means that modification made to the array inside the function will be reflected in the original array outside the function. When you pass an array to a function, whether as a pointer or by specifying the size, you are essentially passing a reference to the original array. This reference allows the function to access and modify the original array directly in memory. तो दोस्तों मैं आपको अब बताता हूँ return array from a function. C programming does not allow to return an entire array as an argument to a function. However, you can return a pointer to an array by specifying the array's name without an index. If you want to return a single dimensional array from a function, you would have to declare a function returning a pointer as in the following example. Second point to remember is that C does not advocate to return the address of a local variable to outside of the function, so you would have to define the local variable as static variable. Now consider the following function which will generate 10 numbers and return them using an array, and call this function as follows. In C, returning the address of a local variable to outside of a function is generally not recommended because local variables have automatic storage duration, which means they are created and destroyed each time the function is called. Returning the address of a local variable would lead to undefined behavior once the function returns, as the memory allocated for the local variable may be refused by other parts of the program. To overcome the limitation, you can define the local variable as a static variable. When a variable is declared as static inside a function, it retains its value. between function calls and has a lifetime that extends throughout the entire execution of the program. This means that the memory for a static variable is allocated only once and precious throughout the program's execution. अब दोस्तों मैं आपको बताता हूँ pointer to an array. It is most likely that you would not understand this section until you are through with the chapter pointers, assuming you have some understanding of pointers in C. Let us start. An array name is a constant pointer to the first element of the array. Therefore, in the declaration, यानी कि डबल बैलेंस और स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट में हमें लिखना है 50. Balance is a pointer to end balance 0, which is the address of the first element of the array balance. Thus, the following program fragment assigns P as the address of the first elements of balance. It is legal to use array names as constant pointers and vice versa. Therefore, star balance plus 4 is a legitimate way of accessing the data at balance 4. Once you store the address of the first element in P, you can access the array element using star P or star P plus 1 or star P plus 2 and so on. Given below is the example to show all the concept discussed above. तो दोस्तों हमने इस वीडियो में हमने बात की एरेस के बारे में. तो हम आज के लिए इतना ही रखते हैं. हम फिर मिलेंगे न्यू टॉपिक के साथ नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. तब तक के लिए गुड बाय.